thank you for coming to Vape with a Viking. So today what I got for you is a collaboration RDA by Twisted Messes and augvape. It is the Occula RDA. Got it on the Bathala Mech Mod by Sarah's Vape. Got a little match action going on here. Black, black, gold, gold. Eh? There we go. Get a little matchy going there. And what I'm running in it today is Darkstar's new line of juices called VPR. It is their Tropic Thunder today, is what I have in it, which is a nice just mashup of tropical fruits. So I get a little bit of pineapple, some guava, probably some kiwi, maybe some passion fruit, just kind of blended in there really nicely. Little bit of sweet, just a little bit of citrus tartness, all blended together really well. Works good. So, the Occula, it's a two-post clamp system. It's got this snake bite airflow in it, which is really reminiscent to me of like the Knucklehead Vape RDA that I did a couple months ago. 5.5 millimeter juice well, and we'll get into the rest of the actual particulars into the dive down. Before we do that, let's get into Vikings Advocacy Minute, like I tell you every single time. It's coming. You do not have to be involved, but please, please, please be informed. Because the nice thing is, more than likely, when you get informed, you're going to get involved. Lots and lots of stuff all the time. Every day, it just seems like there's something new going on. Go to CASA, sign up, go to any of these other advocacy groups, and you will notice almost daily there's something just really bad going on. Because if you're not informed and tomorrow we can't vape, it's kind of on you. You can't say the whole, I didn't know. No, you got to know. You have to know. But just tons and tons of stuff. There's stuff happening in Canada right now. With the taxations going on. South Australia has been destroyed. South Africa is under attack. We're under attack here in the States. I mean, just everybody except for probably the UK and New Zealand right now are just under fire. So we got to be informed. That way you can hopefully be involved and let these guys know that, hey, I don't care about your pockets being lined by big tobacco and FDA. I want this as a safe alternative to stop smoking. So please, please, please be informed and hopefully get involved. So enough of that. It's not ever fun stuff, but needs to be done. So let's go ahead and do what we like, do what we always do, and let's drop the hammer on the Occula.
Alright, so what I got for you today is the Occula. This is a collaboration with augvape and Twisted Messes. So on the front, you've of course got your color configuration. You have your window here showing the device, the little Occula symbol, name here. On the side, Twisted Messes, augvape, and same all the way around. You get here on the back, it's going to tell you that the Occula is a collaboration with Twisted Messes and augvape. And you have your scratch authenticity, an original and exclusive manufacturer, augvape, their website, Twisted Messes, and his website as well, and your warnings and symbols here, made in China. We're going to open this guy up. It has been opened and ultrasonic cleaned as usual. Alright, so when you get it open, you will have your little instruction card, and it does tell you it is a 24 millimeter diameter RDA with a 5 millimeter juice well, and it does tell you to get most flavor, please raise your coil to direct to air holes. Not the best of English, but we'll figure it out there. Then it kind of goes over some other stuff as well here. Your top cap, and let's see, you'll have the Occula symbol here, and some water staining here. You'll have your airflow, which is kind of reminiscent of, if you remember the Knucklehead Vape Duster I did. It has kind of like that brass knuckle shape to it, but it's only 3 instead of like the 5 it had. And it is same on both sides. It does kind of have a little bit of a cave in here. You do have some knurling on here, pretty decent knurling. And you do have your drip tip, and it is 810. regular goon style with the internal O-ring. And it's got this little gold band on there. And okay, on the inside you will see it's got a large kind of closure there, and then a smaller one, and then of course your locking grooves. What that is for is they do say this is a single or dual-sided airflow configuration. So what you do when you turn this guy, and you'll see this side is closed off, and so is this side. We keep turning though. This side is now open, and that side is open. Then I believe it's this side. You take and turn again. So now you'll see that side is closed, but then that side is open. So basically they achieve by having one of the flaps smaller than the other one. Got some decent doming in there. Machining itself looks good on the top cap. And on the bottom you'll have augvape, your serial number, twisted messes, and then you'll have that Occula symbol again. You will have your slightly protruding 510 gold-plated pin right there. And then you'll have your negative block screw there. You have a dual O-ring configuration. And then there's your juice well, which again you'll see another Occula symbol at the bottom there. And then here's the notches for that top cap on each side here. And then you'll see your clamps. They are huge screws, huge screws. I like the fact that they are Phillips. I like Phillips better, but you can easily put a flathead in there. Or if you really wanted to, you probably put, I think, I don't know, like 6mm wrench on there. But the way that this is going to work is you just take and screw these up. And there's no springs or anything. This is kind of like the Turk V2 RDA just did not too long ago. It has these little pins in there, and that essentially holds on to the screw. So when you go to unscrew it, the whole thing goes to go unscrewed, and it just raises those blocks. So of course the machining on those, the threading itself is good, really good, no crunchiness, really smooth. And then I saw this was kind of neat. There's like a little line in there in those posts, if you can see that. And basically it's just a little tiny raised line in there, and that's just going to be able to help keep secure your coils a little bit better than just having, you know, flat block and flat block. It actually has something to basically kind of bite down on a little bit. Your spare O-rings, Allen key, and your squonk pin, which if you see on the deck, nothing to it. It's just going to squonk up and just flood the deck. And since this is a smaller 5mm, it's not going to basically have a bunch of room down there for squonking. Now with the top cap being slanted and slightly elevated, it is going to be a little less prone to over squonking, but it's still not going to be something very big, massive, and deep. So put it on an atomizer stand here real quick. A shout out to Bearded Viking Customs, who makes these Hulk stands here. He's out of South Africa. These are really cool. You gotta go check him out and check these guys out. They're really cool. Alright, so we're gonna take and put some of K Coils. Got some 28 gauge aliens in here. I already pre-cut these to a 5.5. That seems to be about the right on there. There's his little aliens here. And how I measured that is put the coily tool on here, and instead of measuring up here at this lip, I actually measured down here. This will measure to about 6mm, where this is about 5.5. So we'll throw those in. So we'll put in those coils. We will take and actually throw it on the Bathala because I thought that was kind of a nice little match there. You got the gold and the gold, black and the black, and the red, so that'll be a pretty good match there. Throw a 30T, some cotton in there, and we'll be running some Dark Star Red Slush, which is a strawberry and raspberry fruit slushy. Really good stuff here. So, all right, well, let's get this rolling. Alright, there it is all together. So let's go back up top. Let's vape on it and give you my final thoughts of the Occula by Twisted Messes and augvape.
All right, well, welcome back up. So that was the dive down on the Occula. So, to get some particulars out of the way, 35 bucks all over the internet is where I'm finding it. I did actually buy this from Richard Greer off Facebook. He does run a page called House of the El Cheapo. So he actually sold me this, and I did also buy a Kylan M with a bunch of Vandy Vape's new little packages of mesh. So that review will be coming up soon. So I want to give a shout out to Richard. When I opened up everything, honestly, it was better packed than most companies, like online companies I bought products through. So seems like a really cool guy. Like I said, that site, if you need to get some vape deals, definitely check that out. But yeah, awesome deal on the two items plus the coils for the mesh. So, but yeah, Richard, shout out to you. Really good deal. Excellent, excellent packaging, man. Excellent. I mean, bar none to any online vape shop by far, dude. That was some really killer packaging. So, but yeah, pros and cons on the Occula. Pros aesthetically, looks just kind of like everything else. The drip tip, at first looking at it, I didn't think it was going to be that comfortable. It's actually pretty decently comfortable. Uh, the snake bite airflow does make it pretty smooth. And I rock it about halfway open, I guess is what you'd call it. Basically, one and a half of the bites open, and it's just got a tiny bit of whistle. But when you open it completely fully up, there is nothing. I mean, no noise, no whistles, none of that. But that's also because that is my biggest con with this guy. To get, for me, a decent amount of flavor out of it, and I am running K Coils 4-core aliens in here, which in just about any other device I've tried them in produces a massive amount of flavor. So I know it's not the coils, and of course the wicking is good. No dry hits. The cotton's not getting unevenly darkened, so I know the wicking's good. It reminds me of the Knucklehead Vape RDA, where I said it is a cloud machine. Uh, but just not a whole lot of airflow. There's a lot of airflow, not a whole lot of flavor. And I've played around with the coil placements. I put them right at the airflow. Seems goofy, but just to try it, I put them under the airflow. I even put them above the airflow. But like the booklet does say, putting them pretty much right at the top of the airflow is going to be the best flavor you're going to get out of here. But again, I have tons of different RDAs that produce flavor way better than this guy. But you have a 30T in here, so the way I normally vape it, which is 1.5 little snake bites open, this is what kind of production you get out of it. So fair, decent amount of cloudiness, but I got some flavor in there. Not a ton, but enough I know what's in there. Now if we go fully open, it just, I mean, it's a lung filler. But I maybe just a touch of flavor out of it. So that is literally going to be my biggest con, is because I'm a flavor vapor. I'll vape on anything from an MTL and temperature control all day long to something like a Stormbreaker Asgard all day long if I can get good flavor out of it. So this guy for me, it will be an occasional use type of deal, and only at roughly 1.5 of those bites open. So, but vaping is subjective. If you are a cloud chaser, definitely want to grab this RDA. It does really well in there. You can put some different kind of coils in there that are more of a cloud producing coil. Chuck them in there, throw them on something, and you might win some competitions with this guy. But for me and some of my viewers, for flavor, it's definitely not on the higher end of my recommendation scale. So, but overall, again, still not a bad device. It's not horrible whatsoever. It's just decent for flavor, amazing for clouds. So take that for what you want. But that is all I got today for the Occula RDA. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming by to vape with a Viking. And I'll catch you later.